Welcome back. The Father was nominated for several Academy Awards. Matt Perrin shares his thoughts on the film in your Monday Movie Musings.
Welcome to another Monday. The animated movies are still holding strong at the box office, with Raya and the Last Dragon and Tom and Jerry holding the top spots. I actually made it to the theater this weekend, but those were not on my viewing list. I made it through all 4 hours of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, but I refuse to review a movie I've already done, even if it is a different version. No, like I said, I went to the theater in order to take in the only Best Picture nominee that isn't available for home viewing. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the play adapted to the big screen, The Father. Our movie begins with Anthony, played by Anthony Hopkins. He is getting along in years, and his daughter Anne, played by Olivia Colman, is trying to hire him a live-in caregiver. He is adamantly opposed to this, insisting he is just fine on his own. She explains that she is moving to Paris and won't be able to look in on him every day, but he insists that he'll be fine. Then Anthony, along with us in the audience, starts a roller coaster ride of confusion. It seems that tricks are being played on him. Subtle changes in decor start occurring. Anthony starts to question if he's still in his own flat, and we wonder as well. And those aren't the only strange occurrences. We see different actors and actresses playing the roles of the same people in his life. Sometimes Anne is married, and her going to Paris is a conversation that never happened. Plus, even though her husband Paul is less than supportive, he also appears as different people when he exists. We see Anne bring in a caregiver that Anthony is fond of and charms, but then minutes later we're wondering if that interaction ever actually happened. As the movie progresses, we as the audience are forced to piece together several answers for ourselves, but as we're doing so, more questions arise. The same scenes play out again and again in different settings with alternating details. Our heartstrings are played with, and every time something lifts us up, we know we're only seconds from crashing back down. Time bends as we question our own sanity, but one thing is for certain: when this one finally ends, you were definitely a little different from when it began. So, what to say about this one? Well, my initial response was wow. For the first 30 minutes, you're not quite sure what's happening. Even when you start to piece it together, trying to figure out the truth is like trying to catch smoke in your hands. We've all in some way or another been affected by dementia. Be it a friend or close family member, it's a disease that nobody is above, and it is gut-wrenching for all involved. We've also seen people in movies struggling with the condition, but never in my memory has a movie actually given the condition to the viewers. So yes, watching the movie is disorientating, but it affects you physically as well. I felt like this movie bent time. You'll watch an hour of it and think only 20 minutes have passed. Then you'll watch the next 15 minutes and it'll feel like an hour. I think this would have been amazing to see on stage, but luckily the writer-director of the play wrote and directed it for the big screen. The final scene itself will leave you as emotionally exhausted as the actual characters. Speaking of the characters, Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman are absolutely brilliant in this. I wouldn't be surprised if Colman wins her second statue. Hopkins hits every emotion imaginable and drags you kicking and screaming through all of them as well. If he wasn't up against Chadwick Boseman for Best Actor, I think he would have had a solid shot at the award. So all in all, this is one you should watch, even though it may be tough for many. It'll definitely hit home, and there are few viewers that won't be able to relate. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.